Welcome to Section 2. Let's discuss the 2 things you need to know before you go any further in discovering your spiritual gifts. In 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, there are 2 very pivotal truths that must guide our understanding of spiritual gifts. Before we even consider discovering our spiritual gifts, we must adopt these 2 biblical truths. Truth number 1, every spiritual gift is significant to the body. The body of Christ is structured in such a way that it has numerous functioning parts. Like the human body, the body of Christ is designed with a vast array of functions that are all significant to the body. As Paul reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 15 through 19, regardless of how prominent or hidden any gift may be, it is important to the healthy function of the entire body. The congregation operates at full strength and only becomes what Christ is calling it to become when each part recognizes and operates within its God-given significance and purpose. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 16. Truth number 2, the body will not fully function without your gifts. When people have gifts that seem to be less noticeable than others, they assume that they are dispensable and unnecessary. However, Paul also reminds us in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, 20 through 26, that actually the opposite is true. Because we are one body, parts cannot be interchanged because of their flagrance. In other words, an eye can only be an eye, not a foot. Therefore, each of the parts needs the presence of the others to ensure that the body of Christ is moving forward. Verse 22, we must realize that all gifts are needed parts in the body. In order to get to this point, we must shift from highlighting the flamboyance of a given part and consider the impact and effectiveness of the whole entire body. When we realize that our true assignment is the movement of the body of Christ and not the success of a church, a single ministry, or a person, then we will understand, appreciate, and invite others alongside us in this Christian work. It is only when we position ourselves and our gifts to get on one accord with the calling of God upon the church that we will actually move forward. This is what running in your lane is all about. It is understanding that our place in the body of Christ is in great jeopardy when we choose to carnally select how we will operate in the body of Christ. When we understand the importance of the gift that He gives each one of us, we will refuse to just lay it aside for a more prominent one, but will instead walk and operate with confidence in the gift so that the body of Christ will do what it's designed to do in our local context. This is a great segue to our next section where you will conduct your own spiritual gifts test and shape assessment.